we're going to cover the actual stand-up action. This is probably the most important. The previous drills are just drills. You can't go crazy for them. You can't do them all day and say that you're training self-defense. The only way that you can learn how to impart these drills is to see how they fit in against a resisting opponent, once again, who's trying to hit you, punch you, kick you, submit you, take away your weapon, keep you from deploying your own weapon, etc. That's the most important component. So if the message that you're taking away from these drills is just to roll around on the floor and do the drills, you're losing the point. The point is that the drills have to work against a resisting opponent. So now let's talk about standing up. So once again, I come to the floor, I've moved my hips, etc. Now what I'm going to do is elevate my hips from the floor. So I'm going to come to this position here. My elbow is in, my hand is up. I don't pretend that this is going to completely protect my face, but it's better than nothing. This arm is extended because it's more structurally sound. If I put my arm there, it's going to be very easy for me to knock me back down on the floor. If I go like this, again, still there's a frame there, but it's a little bit less desirable because I want to stand up. I would use this foot to create distance or sometimes kick. Keep in mind, I'm not going to win a fight by kicking a man who's standing up or in front of me on the floor. So what I'm going to do here is use this to create distance and elevate my hips. Once again, I'm going to use this to create distance and elevate my hips. From the other side, I'm going to use this to create distance and elevate my hips. Once I elevate my hips, I'm going to pull this leg through and move back to here. Now, this might be a more athletic way to do it because I can stand up immediately. I'll show the whole thing. I'm right here. I start creating distance like so. I move up and I come back. From there, I'm back in the fight. Not everybody might have the flexibility, gear concerns, body types might be able to do that. So the easier version is as I'm moving, all I do is do the exact same thing and come to my knee. It's very important here, though, that my head is centered over my hips. If I stand up this way, number one, that's a less efficient way to stand up, and number two, my head is wide open. Anybody, regardless of level of training, if they see that head, they're going to kick it, punch it, or grab it. So I don't want that. I'm going to be here. I start moving, I start butt scooting, like so, raise my hips, I can come to my knee, stand back up for the continuation of the fight. It's surely not over at this point. Once again, I didn't cover the butt scoot. So as I fall to the floor, there might be times where I need to create a little bit of distance in this position. So this would be footwork almost from this position. The same way a boxer would have footwork this way, this is my footwork on the floor. So as I'm here, I'm creating distance by scooting out. Notice I don't create distance this way. And notice I don't use my hands. Number one, it's not an extremely efficient way to do that. It's going to slow me down, and it's going to be able to make him either step on my feet, which would be a bad thing, or grab my ankles, which would also be a bad thing. So I'm keeping these movements short, keeping my limbs in. I come up, scoot back. In the other way, I scoot, 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 come up to my knee, and I'm back in the fight.